Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy MC Fire coming at you again with another Fireside Chat Trades. We are definitely loving today because we closed quite a few positions and we opened quite a few positions. So let's dive right in. Let's not take too much time, and we'll get right into it. So out the gate, we've got XLF here, and I know I showed you guys XLF. We were really geeked. Again, everything we do is going to be 100% transparent. You guys will see it as it actually unfolds in real time. So, the assessment for XLF went against us, definitely taking some heat down to this rotational zone. And I was really surprised. I was like, man, when you take a look at XLF, all of the things were there for a big move, which it did take that move yesterday. Huge move to the upside. Thought it was at least going to go trend sideways. No, it gave up all the gains of yesterday and then some. So whatever fake out guru out there could tell me what I did wrong, that'd be pretty sweet. But our idea or the thought process for the move was looking at financials, and all of them are in like double, or a lot of them are in double green territory. JP Morgan, you have Berkeley, Berkshire Hathaway, excuse me, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citi. The list kind of goes on. Goldman Sachs, right? All these guys are in the double green territory, which makes me think, okay, this could give a kind of an inkling for it to push as it gets into the squeeze territory. But just because we get in doesn't mean it has to give us money. But everything is in the top one third. Even Citi, who's had a significant pullback, is kind of pulled back in the top one third. Progressive kind of trended sideways. So maybe it's already a little too extended. But my thinking is, if anyone's gonna approach new highs or approach highs again, it'll be this group. We do have this for 3 weeks, so hopefully it can kind of pick up the pace. But making a full XLF, kind of making a full rotation to the downside, or a full rotation down, essentially, as we entered. It's just one of those things that's a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we'll start out with the bad news first, and I'll end with the good news. Everything we're taking heat in. We'll look at Palantir, who we are taking a little heat on Palantir. We end up scaling in to get more shares of Palantir. We'll show you the weekly chart here and why I believe Palantir has the ability to continue on its uptrend. So right now, the 21 period moving average is starting to flatten out. So that necessarily doesn't bode well for our play, but we'll say on the contract side, we got a contract at around this level about 3 weeks ago. It is about to expire. Slightly profitable, but not as profitable as we would have hoped. Uh, we're anticipating it completing a full rotation to the upside. It didn't do that, so we'll just have to be patient. We'll have to be patient for steady buying to increase in Palantir. And Palantir is starting to get a lot more social recognition. And if you notice, also, if you're looking down here at these numbers, showing like general revenue increases, it starts out 5, 7, 8, 8. So as revenues increase, it starts to become a profitable country. I like how company. I like how they're slowly increasing, and it's not this giant explosion of or huge volatility in pricing. It's just steady building. And that was even here. It went negative here, and then from here, I think it just went straight positive. So, like two or three earnings calls where they were either neutral or going positive. That started the big buy, and then it's been bye bye ever since then. So I'm liking this. This is something that we're actually buying, not just contracts but shares. It is reasonably priced, and when you look at where it's been, we're in a good position. We also got a lot more. We got some shares, I think, down here. I can't remember. Or down here, yeah, right here. So we're in a really, really good position overall. We also got at some point we took some off the table, but have since the pullback wanted to add some more back on at this point, just slightly higher. We do believe that Palantir, we're gonna hold this puppy for the long run. So shout out to Palantir as one of our picks, and then SCHD. Not exactly what we were hoping to see this week. Again, we went on and took, I think, a buy. I can't remember. It was a buy or sell for Schwab, the Schwab dividend ETF. So we probably took a buy here as it rotated down here, looking for the pop. Didn't get it. We do like Charles Schwab, but this is not kind of what you want to see, even from your dividend ETF. So kind of a decent pullback over the last 2 days. Really aggressive, even overnight. Gapped and then just kept going. Hopefully you can find some support here, but my thinking is if you go one rotation down and break with like strong volume, you're either going to bounce or you're going to complete that rotation in a very aggressive way. Probably go sideways 2 days and then test that low there. So and it has done that 2 weeks ago here, 2 weeks farther from that here. So my anticipation was it was building, but has since broke that rhythm and might stay in this choppy environment. It's not necessarily good for our options contract, but it could be potentially good for the stock. If you're looking to get in at a for a good dividend ETF, it's really trending kind of sideways right now. So as long as it doesn't break, I would say the 75.53 level, I would consider adding or even to adding on more risk here. So now for the good news, right? CCL, absolutely. This is one of the bad boys that is currently opened and took off. So this era entry is where we kind of got in. This is where we got in on options. Basically, this price level at 15.89. And this, I believe, yesterday and today, kind of the opposite of SCHD, ran and then kind of gapped up a little bit and then just kept running. So, and it has since kind of leveled off. This is ideally what you'd want to see in options is massive volume, massive movement away in the direction, obviously, of your play. As you can see here, we have an alert. We're looking to pull some off when it gets up there. But you know what they say, don't be a dick for a tick. If it gets close, we might pull it off. And that's kind of what happened for the next trade I'll show you. We inputted our limit in the right spot to get the optimum. It got us out even when we weren't paying attention, and we'll show you guys that. So yeah, as the unbalanced volume goes green here, kind of call a lucky break. And what do I mean? So Carnival actually for earnings went positive in a huge way. It was negative 17 cents. Now it's positive 11. That is a kind of a big deal. So didn't see that coming. Didn't know that was coming. Not insider trading, but trust me, if it was, we'd have got a lot more shares and a lot more options for sure. But yeah, that earnings call absolutely did wonders, and the stock has taken off. Again, that's earning calls of yesterday, and seeing that the market reacted very good to Carnival Cruises. Immaculate earnings. People, I guess, are getting out and traveling. And if you get out and travel, yeah, get out and see the sun. Don't just work. Be all that you can be in the sun. So, Carnival, loving it. Hopefully, there is some significant follow through. Things to watch out for, though. We I guess because of the positive earnings call, we'll still be a little weary about holding it through the rotation, and or if it breaks rotation within this week, yeah, we'll hold it full term. But if we just get this violent volatile move, we'll take it. This is way more than what we expected. We actually took some heat on it, and it pushed through. So it's anyone's ball game. Again, this is kind of also in the middle. So where would you ideally like to get stocks and get confirmation coming off the bottom, taking potentially a trade like this into those into the week? So just something to think about. That's Carnival, and I do like taking cruises, so I definitely recommend people get out if you can. Qualcomm. So Qualcomm, we did actually pull. I think you guys saw this trade. I put it in one of the previous videos. Of we took this trade here. I'll actually put it on the big boy. We took this trade with the auto trend system. Got in at the right moment. It trended sideways, didn't really do anything, and then kind of the last hour of the day, dumped. Right, last, yeah, I would say roughly hour of the day, it dumped. It's a 10-minute chart. So you got 4 candles here, basically 40 minutes of constant selling in the market for Qualcomm. Definitely just dumped, and then we actually held it overnight. It was a little risque. Got another sell trigger on the auto trend system the next day, and so we felt comfortable. Okay, we'll hold this thing, and it sold off to down here, and that's kind of where the level that we wanted to cover over on this day. We got the overnight premium, which is awesome, and sold it at a pretty good moment. There was actually another indication to sell right here. Would have netted some nice profits. I mean, you would have got roughly, yeah, $2 of price action there, and then some theta decay for sure, because it was going for like quite a long time. It, 1023. It's about we'll say it was going for about a couple hours. So a couple hours of price movement in theta decay, because we would have set it up to sell calls. So it wasn't it wasn't like just straight down like this was, but it definitely would have netted you some very nice profits. The continuation continued. Now, we would have loved to take Qualcomm at the open, seeing that it was still double red. Got in for a trade on the open because it was pretty straightforward. Double red out the gate, because it printed. Actually, we'll take you over there so you guys can see it. Yeah, so Qualcomm, and we'll make this biggie max my panel. Oops, did not mean to do that. How do I go back? We'll do it live, y'all. We'll do it live. I don't even know what just happened. I don't have a clue. Okay, anyways. Sorry. That was not what I was expecting. I tried to do something new and it didn't work. All right. So this is what we got, right? Out the gate. Let's refresh that. Very good. So Qualcomm did take a dump, or it started to take a drop here. And so the risk to reward at the open was acceptable, right? So let's say you get in at the open, even right here, the risk to up here would have been perfect, right? So I could have took this trade at the open, risked it here, and still went just fine. It would have went against you slightly, but didn't end up falling pretty aggressively and flatten out. You could have pretty much, it would have, what we like to call a Zen trade. It just goes straight down with confidence, and it's not too steep of a drop. It's not too violent, and it can pretty much like slowly fall and went sideways. That would have been a great trade, but the trade that we ended up taking was a couple days ago. Not this one. Yeah, so this trade was one I was talking about. It actually generated a signal for you to take that, and it would have generated a very nice risk to reward here, right there. And then if you pull it down here, so tight, very not too tight, but 4.8 risk to reward there on that play, right? 4.8, so almost 5-to-1 risk to reward on the play. The system basically did its job. So you could have took potentially 2 plays that day. Remember, we pull off the play at around this level, hence the profit zone there. The profit zones here. So we took the play here, took it off next day at around there. Boom. Really, really good stuff. So shout out to us on that play, and shout out to the auto trend system for Qualcomm. Meta kind of came through in a clutch mode, and we wanted to pull it early, and this is exactly why. Look at all this choppy sideways action, man. Oh man. So right here, we did take a play on the auto trend system. It was like one of our earlier plays as we started, and it did end up going 2-1. Left a lot of juice on the table there, but we got our base hit. Really happy about that. But check this out, man. We've been in a 3-week play since back here, I believe. Where is it? Yeah, I believe either to this day or on the rally. I don't think we got it on the rally. I think we got it in here. Oh yeah, we did. We rolled it right here. So you can't see it, but there's a tiny arrow. Right. Well, that's a price level. There's a tiny blue arrow right there. Right. I mean, it's hiding. It's hiding in the action. There it is. I will make this arrow huge so that when we go to a smaller time frame, we could see it. Yeah, there it is. So actually, we've already profited on Meta before, and we rolled up the contract. So this contract here is actually from earlier price action, really down here in the 486.06 level. As it went up to the 501 level, we said, okay, let's take some profit off the table. We'll roll it. We still have time on the contract. We'll keep it on. And then it started chopping. And so once it pulled up here and it added, because it was, it's basically 3 weeks. So at the end of this week, it will expire. I was like, yeah, let me not be too hasty to take the gains, unless we're gonna roll it out. And I'm not liking this action. Yeah, it might complete the rotation in the next 2 days. It might not. I'd rather just take the money and run on this one, considering how choppy it's been, and we had a gut-wrenching last 4 days. But this day came in pretty banger. Absolutely blew to the upside, getting above where we were. And because of the increased violence of it, the contract kind of expanded, and we took the opportunity to pull it at that point. When you consider how much work this had to do, it basically went from 497 all the way up to 509. So really explosive price action, basically almost a $10 move there, just in over the course of a couple hours. So in a couple hours, basically $10 of movement for Meta, and giving us that. Well, I'll say this: when you're trading and you want to stick to your rules, it'll get easier. But even now, after we've been trading for about 2 years, there's still sometimes you're like, man, I really just want to get out of this trade because it's not going my way. Just stick to your rules. Make good rules with edge. Find somebody who has a consistent edge that you can work with, and trade it. So if it's getting too antsy for you, right, it's probably either trading too big, you don't have a clear enough edge, or you're trying to be right, as opposed to trying to make money. I hear that a lot. People say you can be right or you can make money. You can't do both. Trading is one of those experiences where it's not so direct. You might think everything's going your way, like XLF, and then you get in and you're made the clown. So as soon as you get in, it's like there's nobody out there on the other end of your screen for like them thinking they're kind of gonna come get you, right? It's just the way the market is. You could think that the stars are aligned, this is perfect, and then wham, just complete rotation to the downside, and it could go flat, right? It tested this level and failed. So, and it could even get down here, right? So, and if it does, we get stopped out and we keep it moving. So really our rotational low is down here. We'll move that down there. Yes, I did just move basically my stop loss, but this is a pivot low. So to be consistent, that is a pivot low. So that'll let us know. But yeah, that is the play. Don't think that I'm cheating the play. I'm actually cheating by having it up here. Within the week, this is the lowest point. And the way the system works is the previous week's low, anywhere below, it's a no-no, right? So we're not gonna let it get down there unless it actually gets down there. We're not gonna pull it until it actually gets down there. So there's that. And then the last profit, which I am really happy about, was 6C. So in our growth, in our learning, right, we got 6C, and this is a creme de la creme. This is how ideally you want to trade, right? So here, took just a basic rotational play. Didn't look like 6C was going to get out of this rotation anytime soon. I mean, look at it. Basically pivot high, pivot low. It's tested this 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5 times. I mean, tell me you're going to bounce without telling me you're going to bounce. And we took that play here and took it off here. We wanted to take the early rotational. Hey, what's up, Q? Hey, guys, Q's home. Yeah, she just walked in. Yeah, I'm recording.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, I get excited when Q comes home. It's always a good time. So yeah, if this bad boy bounces like 5 times, then we'll take the 5th bounce. I wasn't expecting too much on this play though. Our target was kind of these rotational highs, because it could complete it low, like it just did it. Rotational, boom, fail. This is a resistance level. So those rotational levels inside of rotational levels, if you narrow down, this is one. And yeah, so let me just draw it out here for you. It's very simple, right? Put it right here. You can almost split it down the middle of a knife, and it tests that level several times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Well, so there is, even in the context of a weekly rotational level, other levels that get tested multiple times within that level, and it continues down, so on and so forth, where buyers like to step in inside of certain other time frames. And so because of that, we were like, hey, we'll just take it off right there. And it just so happened to be pre-market, because this is a Forex play. We took it off pre-market. Now, there was a spike up here at market, so we could have been like filled like up here. But I was really impressed with that. We put the limit order in and be like, hey, we're going to set it and forget it. And it went up there when we were asleep, and it went bam, hit it, and we took profits. So, and pretty juicy profits as well, because we were in this play for a minute, probably about a week and a half. Yeah, so yeah, about 2 weeks. So it was about a 2-week play, and because of that 2-week play, maximize the premium. I think we set this play out for 3 weeks, and taking this 2-week play pretty much we get the most of the premium that we can get with the movement in our direction. So you can't ask for a more juicier, straightforward trade than that. Guys, this is all the time we have for you today. I love talking about this topic. I love using the different systems, sticking to the rules, even though some plays were going against us and some plays we took profit on. I'm really, really happy with the progress we've made so far. And thank you for joining us. For all of our new members, we do have some new members. So you guys are awesome. Hopefully we get big enough to where we can just start giving our members certain things. That's something that I think about constantly, is how can I give you guys the best value, but how can I also give you guys things to say thank you. So for right now, I just want to give you guys a big thank you and say welcome to the channel. That's all the time we have for today. This is your boy MC Fire. Have a good day and goodbye.